Hello, and welcome to the stream. I'm playing Genshin, and let's just continue it. I woke up right now, you can say. But anyways, let's continue the quest. I think we have to do the cutscene from beginning again. Can we just continue?
Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup.
Yeah, I think we can
Bookshelves, paperwork,
do it from
files.
beginning.
According to Dane's, is this where you keep your secrets, Rarier?
Oh, we signed the papers. We have to sign the papers again.
Today's files are in. Time to... Mail neutralized. This one should be...
Yeah, let's just speed run through all of this because I've already done it.
Another one for... Sounds like she was... Neutralized. Just another note, come to think of it. Neutralized.
Oh man, I have to do them again.
Filed. I have no recollection.
Let me wear my glasses.
Female, 13. Occupation, none.
Wait, can we
Orphan
skip it?
and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant.
No, there is no skip button, we just have to cross everything out. Hold up, let me go clean my glasses. My fucking glasses are so dirty right now.
Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has not been observed make neutral. Male. 6.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly... Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
Let's go talk to Vodafone here. We're gonna skip all the text and stuff.
A file tucked inside. But at this stage.
Okay, let's go.
Mr. Vedafilnir? It's been quite some time since we last met.
Rerir.
Did you finish the
Forgive me,
quest
tell me.
train?
Does someone...
It is indeed
Don't
within my
spoil
power.
me.
I was just thinking,
That isn't a... Ever since that day,
does it feel...
I'm afraid the no... You fear
that's...
the burden of
So who exactly...
Or rather,
You're closer to His Majesty than I am.
you say that as the...
You are so...
Let me offer you, for many reasons...
Hold on. There's that same black fog.
This is Belinda's memory.
Wait. His name is Ray. What? A cruel irony, isn't it? Why are simple? I want you to kill.
No, absolutely not. I would never.
So you'll just stand by.
The blood of the. You think that alone?
Why wouldn't it be? You two were
As long as you promise to.
persuade. Do you even know why the Vinster key? If you can't bring your.
The Ray here. That really. But. Love should be built on honesty. Is it really so wrong? Vedifulnir. But I won't just sit by and watch. No matter who.
Okay, finally, let's go back.
Was that Rerir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people.
Okay.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to
Oh, I also
Not
did
going to
this.
survive. Kalendis!
Sorry. I heard you though. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job.
By the time you first met him.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson. Truth be told, apart from my.
But as Orlog said, who.
I'll work something out.
Why do they
Forget
care
that for
so
now.
much about the
It's even
Crimson
you.
Moon Dynasty?
I won't speak in his defense. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to... I've got a job.
I get it, you're from Crimson Moon Dynasty, but just forget about it, no?
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags?
But not everyone is accustomed to hunting down others like prey. You've been a hunter for so long now, you seem to have forgotten that most people don't just go around killing one another.
Leave me alone. Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle. Then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. And the prey won't sense a thing.
I doubt that. I'll bet no one's ever died a quiet death at your hands.
I work clean. No traces.
That doesn't make it open and above board, though. The king just happens to need you right now. What if someday he doesn't?
That won't happen.
He's changed. Ever since he fell into the spell of that power. In the beginning, he only had you take out a handful against him. But now...
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty. And I've carried out my
Slowly
work
coming
flawlessly.
into the sadness of
No more lies. Can't hide the truth.
You know why Kalendis didn't accept your proposal, don't you? Was it because she didn't trust you? Or something else?
Oh shit.
Kalendis, do you still remember Orlog?
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You spoke for quite a while, didn't you?
Yes, we did. What about him?
He was arrested 2 days ago.
He...
I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you still stand by him? Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, it doesn't.
That's not... Just hear me out.
I need to go now, Thelindis. They're looking for us. You take care too. If you ever need a place to hide, come find us.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic than anticipated. No progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you give me even a glimmer of hope? Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But if all this research comes to nothing, what then? Sooner or later, it'll be my neck on the line. But could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want... to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on.
Sarcasm?
If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is.
Damn, I don't remember.
Too bad that's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? So these files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual.
Scandia. I know this is Scandia, but
It's my job. And
where
not only
does
am I lucky to
zooming
have it, I'm good at it
running?
too.
Like, where was zooming running from? That's what I'm asking.
Wait. That's... Thelindis?
Oh shit.
No. No! Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? It cannot be! A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. I see it now. You've been living... What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up. But in the end, Irminsul. Finster King! How far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline to secondary offshoots? And then what? Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? Will you not rest until everyone down here is dead? No. This cannot go on. This is where it ends.
Oh. Pictures. This thing is kind of like the chasm. Like chasm is underground, and this whole place is also underground. In chasm there was this kind of thing, but it was upside down. So this place, I think,
You...
is kind of
You're
related
really
to the
letting me
chasm.
go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But... what about you?
I'm thinking to pull up Nephar.
Me?
If you let me go,
She's good.
you won't be able to
If
complete
you can
your
use
mission,
her,
will
I would
you?
say pull for her. And if you like her character, of course, pull for her.
Good point.
Because I think she's like yet to be
In that
filmed. I
case,
haven't seen like any of her build and
maybe
stuff.
you should stay.
You need to see some videos about her.
No, please! I just want to see the outside world again.
Go on living?
Yes, I know you're a man of your word. So please, just let me go.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? Just kidding. Go, now. But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you do.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifilnir. What are you trying to do? Break me down?
Oh,
I only say this because you long for an answer.
so this was Verdaphone that was speaking to us. I thought this was this speaking to us.
I will not abandon Thalindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now I know exactly whose it is. It's Vedifilnir. He won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me like a pup. Tell me then, what will this moment of opportunity look like? And no answer. He's like a ghost.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seems like it was all connected to the Vinster King's research. The King's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. No wonder every aspect of Rarir's life was so unstable. And it looks like this Thalindis, Rarir's
About
would-be
Nephar, I
fiancée,
said like
herself belonged to a sub-branch of
I'm
the
not
Crimson Moon
sure
Dynasty's
still
descendants.
whether Nephar is like have to be friendly or not. I've seen her do really good damage, so I would say you can pull for her. But if you had like normal, that would have been better. I also need to see some more videos to get more knowledge about Nephar. Only then I can give you like a good answer.
It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, they might have gone on deceiving each other for the rest of their lives. And why does Vedifilnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rarir's head? This guy kept more secrets than I ever imagined. The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something a bit more creative. We've been inside Rarir's mind this whole time, building up a picture of his psyche. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction, part simulation, part reasoning, but it's usually pretty accurate. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir has really been hiding.
Chess pieces. No,
Rerir,
puzzle piece.
are you there? Hey, Rerir! Come out, it's urgent!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've met up with...
Okay. I'll come. But the Lindis is still over at the Universitas. I'll need to leave her a note.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever this is, it must be big trouble.
Something is going on. Is this fucking thing serious?
Well, this is a nice change,
Oh,
meeting you
Randall.
all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can speak face to face in broad daylight, I say that's a big step forward for our dear Conria.
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day. Why would we seek refuge in the night?
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefers the cover of darkness. The word on the street is that Sertologi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a fair fight could explain that.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible. Assuming I have your full support in my research.
This happened in Canria, but we're just seeing them as a simulation.
Lunatic.
Because we don't know their faces.
Roptatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsleif, of course. He invited me. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king, and I can assure you he affords me no greater convenience than he does you.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum
First
wants to
battery
have
is
fallen
also
over
named
you,
the Jester.
so at least some of the rumors must be true. You're clearly doing well for yourself, so drop the humble servant act. It endears you to no one. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment, and by far the most favored among the 4 pillars of Conria. Vice President Veidt doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees you.
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such an extremist, I hardly think I would have received a senior post at my age. Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as for Efterveit, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life, it comes with pros and cons.
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course. I'm pleasantly surprised
Where
that
is
you
Vedalfonir in all of this?
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have a very good reason for convening this little gathering.
It's my brother, Vedalfonir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him blinded in both eyes and thrown in prison.
Vedalfonir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him and Horoptatyr more than anyone else in the world. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which is as clear as day to anyone paying attention. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedalfonir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Conria.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedalfonir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight. I need all of you on my side.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
He created like
You've been
she created like
haven't you?
Fake lives, like all the abyssal monster are her creation and more. But later on, she consumed the heart of one of the shade and then kind of merged with her. But the older shade is still there. What was the name of the shade? I forgot. Like, you know, the blue shade and her is like the same person. It's like same body, but two different personalities.
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedalfonir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
So, Vedalfonir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, that is deeply troubling news. The extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. The question is, how does a man like me get out of this situation unscathed? You have noble ambitions, Dane, but I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me. I'm not interested in saving the world. All I want is a letter of pardon.
A letter of pardon? For whom? Thelindis? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the Crimson Moon seem vanishingly slim. This black fog over the board must have some connection to Thelindis. But why is it taking this form? Does it have something to do with Rerir's past? Another mystery I'll need to unravel.
Also, Rhine-Daughter created the first ever successful human, like fake human or synthetic human, you can say, which is our dear Albedo. It was Ryan Daughter who created Al-Qaeda. You said go to the left. It up. Dude, I hate this camera angle, bro. One, two, three, four. Down should be okay. One, two, three, four, five. Wait, it's not going. What the hell? Oh, I have to go. Oh, okay. This? No, that's backward. I didn't saw the black mist.
Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly, it serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location. Moon marrow can thus be defined as a spatial gateway. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, opening the gateway requires a specific power source, which the relevant literature indicates. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. Currently, the total power output of our instruments remains in the single digits. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal energy research, which has stymied all Crimson Moon-related projects. This is not a wise move. I have always maintained that placing all our hopes in a single source of power is risky, especially one as poorly understood as this. As well as making ourselves overly reliant on a single resource, we are neglecting other promising technologies. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But as a Moon Marrow researcher, I desperately want to see the world beyond the gateway. If we really made it there one day, what would we find? And how would we go about taming the unknown? My imagination is endlessly fueled by questions such as these.
Huh? What the fuck was that about? I don't get it.
This is for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with your parents.
The Lindis, did you hear about what happened?
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual, but he slept pretty well, so I'm guessing whatever he did was a good deed. You never saw him, and I don't know what he did. And this conversation never happened. You understand?
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just a normal guy who happens to run some errands for the king.
Are you scared of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know, logically, I should be scared of him. And yet, I don't want to lose him. But enough about that. You should get going, and be careful with the package I gave you. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future, everyone will be able to see a red moon.
A red moon? You mean...
That's right. Our moon.
I promise, the Lindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. Its light, the color of blood, will become like a fire that flows in our veins, no matter how long it takes.
Wait, what's this kid's name? This kid's name is Breeder, yeah? Arpentino's childhood friend. Oh, that's someone else. Maybe the friend of Arlecchino, yeah? Is like a descendant of this girl. Hold up, let me show you. Application. Window capture. Hold up, I'm gonna show you something. This girl, yeah? Arlecchino's childhood friend. I think this is like a descendant of that girl from the story just now. That little girl. I think that is her. Like in the future, like her descendant or something. Yo, the lore is going crazy. I don't think I go there.
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who betray the throne. Please, don't do this!
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed all of Conria.
If you have any love left for justice in your heart, you should join me.
It's showtime. Dane and his group will handle the troops in the palace. Then Hroptatyr and Rhindaughter will disarm the security measures. My job is to enter the prison and rescue Vedifalnir. Stay safe. Wish me luck.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade. It is time for justice to prevail.
Hmm. How do we fight this? One, two, three, four. Wait, one, two, three, four. Yeah, I think we can go to 4 directly.
This place is filthy. And the smell is abominable. Clearly, the king doesn't allow his prisoners a single shred of dignity. This is dire. Found you. Hello, Mr. Vedifalnir. Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise isn't an emotion that prophets feel very often.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at just how unfairly this world responds to words of
Hey, did you
earnest
notice his thing?
I'm curious.
Like the statue thing?
What did you
Kinda
prophesize
looks
this
like
time?
Sino, no?
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word of
And this
warning.
snake is like
Someone had to say it.
that
The king
snake
has
around
forsaken
Kaiji.
all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that if he continues on this path, Conria will surely fall.
But he didn't listen. Worse still, he stabbed you in both eyes and locked you away. Dane asked for my help. The court is in complete chaos now, but I'm sure you predicted that.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw, yet I am powerless to change it. Fate is an immutable force. I can but lament as the inevitable unfolds. I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future does nothing more for him than slowly crush his spirit.
Forgive my curtness, Vedafulnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. His suspicions have been brewing for a long time. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting his fear and suspicion. There are things the king does not want to see. So, he doesn't want you having visions of them either. He blinded you because he thought this would make the visions stop.
Can be.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power to see the future. Right up until...
Until what?
Just now. I believe I saw something new.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways. 5 of us banded together to storm the palace, also we could rescue you. This will go down as the most tumultuous day in Conrian history.
I sense hatred in you. But also hope. A desperate hope that with the tyrant deposed, that will be the end of the story. But this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter, in a whole new story. There are many men of honor and courage in this world, Rerir. But you are not one of them. You're not here for justice, are you? You're here for yourself. Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the polearm? It was always your weapon of choice.
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an enemy of me right now.
Of course not. We're on the same side, aren't we?
We could be. But I need you to be honest with me, Vedafulnir. At this point, you're my only hope for the future.
You mean your future? With your beloved, Felindis?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, a nation, maybe the entire world. But forgive me, I care first and foremost about myself. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future than I. You see the solutions to the biggest problems of our age. So tell me, what is my solution? What's the answer?
In matters of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be, and what will not. Maybe you are willing to pay a certain price in the pursuit of happiness, but unfortunately, fate does not negotiate. That is the cruelest thing about fate. It is unmoved by your sacrifices.
That can't be true. I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to seek more power, so I can protect the things I love. You show me disaster, but you won't show me how to avoid it? Why? Why are you doing all this?
My voice. In your head. So, you hear it too. The voice that steals your mind, gains your trust, and drives you crazy. It turns out that we are not so different, you and I.
Vedafulnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life, as if he'd discovered some monumental secret. But then he suddenly switched to looking extremely weary.
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. Whatever trials and tribulations you may face, be steadfast in the belief that they are your path to the future. For as long as you live, your story with Felindis shall not come to an end. That is the only chance you have of fighting back against fate. It is up to you whether you believe my words. Regardless, that is all I will say on the matter. I have no right to intervene any further.
I will hold you to your word.
Thank you for setting me free. In return, I will tell you one more thing that you cannot afford to ignore.
Just then, a strange wave of energy rippled through the city. We had no idea what it could mean.
If I were you, I would head to the Universitas Magistrorum.
The Universitas? Oh no!
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon, Rerir.
Whatever Vedifalnir said, I didn't catch it. I didn't even help him out of the prison. There was no time to lose.
That was cinema. Not gonna lie, that was cinema. And I know there will be a big fight now because we have fucking 5 characters. But let's go do it.
Monsters? Is this Rhindaughter's doing? Or the Universitas Magistrorum? Out of my way! The Universitas. That reminds me of a rumor I once heard. Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the palace and around the city. No one knows where they are or what kind of power they hold. But if they were ever gonna activate, it would probably be on a night like tonight.
Help! Help!
Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't! Ah!
That sounded like an explosion. So, the rumor is true? The king really went through with it? What other means does the king have at his disposal? They must run on power from the Abyss. If it's mere center of Abyss research, anyone over at the Universitas will be in grave danger. I have to hurry!
Man, fuck that king, whoever's... what's his name? Vincent King? Fuck him, bro. This flower looks pretty, though. This must be like Kandrian flower or something. Where is my babe Olindos?
Strike a pop!
Leave this place.
Rise with the sun! Wrath from the skies!
I can just heal like this.
I'll settle this.
For the everlasting forest, branch into soft.
Let my name echo in song!
Burn it down!
Fine.
The deception ends here. It all adds up. Ha! No more lies. Ha! 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 It all adds up.
This Nefer is probably C3. That's why even without any other character, it does so much damage. But do not fall for this. Yeah, but that's C3.
You poor lost lamb.
Normal poor people like us don't get consolation.
Pyroclastic surge!
We just get one character, that's all.
Stand with me!
Forest, protect us by the frost moon of old.
Rise with the sun!
In
No
it
more
with
lies.
his power. Sorry, Llama's power, we can get like even more damage. But yeah, don't go on this build because this is his, like, with her weapon on like R3 and Constellation C3. So don't go on this build and try to get him. You should see like some other stuff. Or I can see some other stuff and tell you, but let me just finish the quest.
Why now?
These monsters are like Granddaughter's
No
monster,
use.
yeah?
People won't
She
hold out much
created
longer.
them.
The weapons. Where are the
So why are
weapons?
they attacking here all of a sudden?
Of course. All the lab equipment was upgraded after the inspection last week, but the new weapon... I'm done for. Is anyone... Ah! Stay back! Please stay back! Please!
Boom.
What's that?
Red Rear. So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
Just... No, don't do it! Cylinders! Cylinders!
I told you, Rarier. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! No, I won't do it! I have to save her!
By what
Man,
means
the
exactly?
characters in like this kind of cutscene, like, oh, so good looking, handsome man. When you get the 3D model, it's like dog shit.
Do you know a way? Tell me!
Like, look at Riri in this scene. He looks so good and so badass. But when we got him as like a character, he looked like potato.
Rarier, thank goodness we...
Step forth and take your share.
You made it.
Not you too.
Oh. So everyone took the power of Abyss, that's why they become the sinner. Except for Dave.
Rarier. Rarier.
Celindus?
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Rarier? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice.
Oh shit, it's gone. I kinda need an explanation as to where Codinda's like went. But oh, this what? His hair turned white. Where did Codinda's went? I don't get that. She looks so good in this scene.
I will find you. And then... you can give me your answer.
So that's how the Raker of Solnari was born.
Uh-huh.
A monster created by circumstance is a monster all the same. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get uncomfortable. Right now, I'm in a nutshell. The story of Conria is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. Everyone tells little white lies, and before long, you have a huge pack of lies that destroy. Time to get back. His past is filled with sorrow, but the tale of any fallen civilization is one of endless tragedy. Cruel as it may be, that was Conria's fate.
It's sad, but still we must stop him.
Everyone, I'm back. Can I get a standing ovation?
Never! How are you holding up? Feeling okay? She's fine. Boss is a pro.
Yes, I'm fine. You will have seen the events of Rarir's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody, driven by personal tragedy,
Man,
as
even
he said himself.
she is like really mysterious, no? Because how does she know this? Like, how does she know all of this, and how can she do this, no? I'm thinking she's using the power of Arminsul and Nahida to do this kind of thing.
I mostly agree. There's only so much we can know about him from his memories alone, but they did give us a clear glimpse into his life in Conria. However, I would not consider Rarir to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era. Yet, when the catastrophe of a generation strikes, nobody is safe.
Sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again. Is this you urging me not to abandon the people of Nodcry in their hour of need?
That's not what I meant. Although I do hope you choose to remain a part of the plan. Without you, the mission ahead will be all but impossible.
Then try to remember that I respond better to the carrot than the stick. And I don't appreciate being bossed around. Now, as for you, Missy, you were excellent. You stuck to the rules of the ceremony and kept your mouth shut the entire time. Bravo.
Cool. So, can you fill me in on the deets now? Most of what I saw went right over my head.
Patience. You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others first. It will save me narrating it twice. Yehoda?
Yes, boss! Let me get that door for ya.
That's more like it. For a moment there, I was worried you'd forgotten about the first clause of your employment contract.
Forgive my curiosity, but what does the first clause say?
It says I gotta do the annoying stuff that boss is too lazy to do for herself. Like opening the door, pouring the tea, yada yada.
Is that right?
If something is in the contract, it's because she willingly agreed to it. Rest assured that the Curatorium abides by the very strictest of labor policies. You don't seriously think I'm cruel enough to treat her like my slave? In any case, I've hardly shied away from my share of the work today. Hope I don't catch Flintz and Varka lounging about in their chairs, enjoying a leisurely cup of tea.
That's what they're gonna
There's
do, I'm
nothing I
pretty
dislike
sure.
more than other people enjoying themselves while I'm hard at work. Oh no.
Everyone is hallucination. Why did you say that?
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not that kind of boss. And it would go against the Curatorium's labor—
I'm sorry? What did you hear me say? I wasn't talking about labor—
Wait. How long have I been standing here?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago.
Boss, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene back inside the office.
Hallucinated? But how?
How indeed. This place should heed my will alone. All thoughts and actions that occur in here are just a result of pawns moving across the chessboard in a carefully calculated manner. And nobody has access to this chess set but me.
So you control everything in here?
More or less. But yes, it's a special technique of mine.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Only once. It was the first time I used the chess set.
Is there any similarity between what happened then and what's happening now?
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent, which was also the case my first time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
Meaning, you're not feeling lazy, right?
Meaning, this is not something Yehoda can help with. The chess set is a personal treasure that I alone understand. I must be the one to find our way out of here.
Boss, it's fine. Really. Let me do something useful.
Oh, listen to you. Whatever would I do without you, Yehoda?
What? Really?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another employee as obedient and servile as you? God forbid anything ever happens to you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was thinking of fetching some water. There's gotta be a source around here somewhere. I suggest everyone finds someplace comfortable to take a rest. We gotta conserve our energy. Even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist in a physical sense, mentally speaking, it's all real. And so is our tiredness and fatigue. You don't want to dismiss mental fatigue. Just because it isn't physical doesn't mean it's any less serious. But anyway, I got your backs, so don't worry about a thing.
Don't I have the best employees? Jealous much?
If we can find a suitable time, I'd love to borrow Yehoda for a day to help out at the Frost Moon Scions.
Oh, Lauma. Have I ever told you just how pretty you are? Beauty runs from the tips of your antlers. Time to rally, everyone. Follow me. As we continue our journey, the same rules will apply. That means stay focused and no talking no matter what we encounter. And don't disturb the chess pieces. You have my word that I will get us all out of here.
Are we in the map? We're not even in any map. This place is literally the Sumer desert.
This place looks familiar. That's not a good sign.
This is like, hold up. This is literally this place. Aru village. Yep, this is Aru village.
I wasn't expecting visitors at this hour.
Oh. It's him.
There you are. Sinue's been looking for you all day. I think he has some news for you.
Oh yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Retinue? Hiding away some more loose change? I know I saw some more.
What do you mean loose change? Oh, come on, I'm too old for this. Just Hey, kid. Mind telling me what Sinuhe's been up to recently? I'm trying to get in his good books and I need a way in.
Get in his good books? Why? What do you want with my dad, Uncle Apepi?
I've written a new song. I was hoping to showcase it at the next festival, but I'll need his approval.
A new song, huh? I'd love to stay and listen, but unfortunately,
You know
Uncle Retinue
what?
says my dad's looking for me.
Well, there's plenty of time and I'm not going anywhere. See that pile of stones? I'll be sitting there warming up my vocal cords.
Pile of stones. Got it.
Young Nepal. Yeah, I can see it says young.
Hi, Dad. Uncle Retinue said you were looking for me.
Ah, there's my little princess. If you'd gotten back just a little sooner, you could have shared the spoils of war with me.
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against, Dad?
It was just a figure of speech. The aftermath of a sandstorm is no time. I was talking about our war against thirst. I went out to fix our water supply problem, and now I'm back. Which means...
We have a well again!
That's right. I found a new one and brought back as much water as I could carry. It should last us for a good while.
If it wasn't for these blasted sandstorms, our wells wouldn't be caving in. And you wouldn't be spending all your time out searching for new water sources.
As the chief of our tribe, I'm supposed to be leading us out of hardship and poverty, onto better things. You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the stories. And look at us now. Squeezed into these hovels. No one would choose this, if it wasn't for the endless wars over the years. But things are looking up. I started working with some folks from the academia a few months back. They gave me some contacts in return for my assistance in the desert.
So you're the academia's helper now?
Special ambassador, they call it. Think of it as a partnership. It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert for too long. Seeking opportunities elsewhere is the best thing for us, and the fastest way to progress.
So, do you get anything good out of being a special ambassador?
Of course.
I don't think they're gonna show young Nepal.
One day, I swear I'm gonna lead us out of this place.
I think it will be like the same, but without these patterns on her head and all these jewelries. Just doing some research. Nothing much.
That's our well, and you know it. You stole from us. Well, you've gone from chief to thief, and now you have to face the consequences.
Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it? You're either brave, stupid, or both.
And that special ambassador act? Yeah, nice try. We spoke to the academia. They said it was all news to them. You're a liar and a cheat!
I heard Yehuda gasp, but I don't blame her. Most people are terrified. Corpses strewn across the ground. The wounds are clearly from scimitars and daggers. The desert dwellers' weapons of choice. There's a handwritten note on the ground.
Halil, this is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. Surely you remember me. I was the one who helped you and your colleagues avoid the quicksand in the desert. This is my second time writing to you. I assume my last letter must have gotten lost in the mail, as I didn't receive a reply.
I hope this one makes it to you safely. I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day completely blocked up our well, forcing me to look for another water source in Iab and Unut territory. It was a matter of survival. Praise the gods. The well of
His
the
father
Iab tribe is
died.
intact. It
Bruh,
was my
stop
last resort.
spoiling for
I
me.
drew what water I could and left, but not without being spotted.
I know
I
the
fear
father
they will
died, but
retaliate. You told me to write to you if I ever needed help.
please
You
don't
said you'd be
spoil.
my ally in the academia. I urgently need you to formally recognize my title of Special Ambassador and send some of your people to assist me for a few days. It's the only way I can convince them that this was the Academia's decision and prevent them from retaliating. This is an emergency. Please send...
Looks like this letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death, and the letter was trampled into the ground. It's
Wait.
badly defaced. Some parts
Does
are
Nefer
barely
not
legible.
remember her own dad? What the fuck? Or did she, like, forgot about the dad or something?
What a ridiculous lie the surviving Shimti tell. Their whole village was butchered over a sip of water.
Ah, officer. Welcome. Welcome to our humble village.
I thought you would at least have the courtesy to provide some respectable libations.
This is the finest wine Aru village has to offer. I promise.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical of this entire endeavor. I highly doubt anyone in this desert possesses serious academic potential.
Please, have faith. If not in us, then in our god. The child we found shows great promise. I beg you, take her away from this place. Give her a chance. Don't let her talent go to waste.
I don't recognize her. New arrival?
She showed up here a few days ago and we took her in. She's a really bright kid. Please help. I'm begging you.
So, where are you from?
Nowhere special. Just a sand dune.
What about the rest of your family? How many of you are there?
Just the one.
It's only you?
Correct.
So, no brothers, no sisters, no mother or father?
Any who have slept on a bed of sand, I call my brothers and my sisters. Apart from that, I have no family.
All right. Get over here. Sign your name on the form.
Nefer.
Never? You're rather fair-skinned for a desert dweller.
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly, conduct your own additional research, and then write an essay on the topic.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had a couple more questions I wanted to get your perspective on.
Oh? Please, ask away.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets, and I couldn't help but notice that my assignment is much easier than theirs. Do you really think I'm a weak student?
A weak student? Goodness, no. Quite the opposite. You have a sharp mind. Almost too...
I think what you're saying is, a weak student wouldn't have noticed the discrepancy. And if they did, they certainly wouldn't complain about the lighter workload.
You see, sharp as they come. You see things the way they are, and I'm sure you know why they're like that.
Because of where I come from. Because I'm different.
I'm sorry, Nefer. I don't like it any more than you do. It's just... Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions? What's the other one?
I wanted to check. If someone sent me a letter to the academia, where do I go to collect it?
Ah, your family wrote to you. Well, as long as they put your name on the envelope, someone should hand it right to you.
Not exactly. It's not even a recent letter. I was just curious where the mail would end up if no one collects it.
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a box for unclaimed mail somewhere in there, probably sitting on a shelf. Whatever you're looking for, that'd be the place to start.
Okay, got it. Thank you,
Oh, don't mention it. Honestly, I feel like I failed you. I'm supposed to be your teacher, but I haven't taught you anything.
Hey, you're a great teacher, and you do your best for all your students. But the rules are the rules. You're not allowed to teach students like me. It's not just the academia either. The whole world bends over backwards for the successful, and
Oh, my dear child. Don't tell me you've given up on life already.
I haven't. I just think that if you want to make it in this world, you have to find a way to become successful.
Oh, we don't teleport, we just keep on going.
This must be it. A big cardboard box full of unclaimed mail. And probably some letters that ended up here by mistake, too. Let's take a look. A dilapidation survey from Port Ormos. This one was who was it addressed to? I don't recognize the name.
Yeah, I feel sleepy because this story is like kind of boring.
This one is addressed to the Immorta Sage. The title is Changes Observed in Satyavada Life Symptoms. In clinical terms, for example, my neighbor who always breaks out. This seems like something the academia would want to know about. Why wasn't it Wait, what's this written on the back? It's so small. The note says, the sender authored this letter while under the influence of mushrooms. I would send it back, but no return address was provided. Stamped. This next one is addressed. A few words of protest regarding recent changes. In recent years, the academia has taken on a small number. However, it appears to me that these students have not, in fact, been provided with educational opportunities that are, in any meaningful sense,
This wasn't like much long ago, yeah? Because Nepa is still alive, so this wasn't
as
much
well
long
as
ago.
receiving dumbed down. Education is the fundamental purpose of this institution, which should go without saying in a nation whose founding virtues are. As Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative, but do not forget your roots. You and I were once students too, as was everyone else in the. I do hope you will give some serious attention to this. Great, and the sender is. I didn't realize anyone else even knew how bad students like me have it in this place. So this is where letters from the Sage of... Whatever. I'm not exactly holding out hope. I can't believe how much I don't believe for 1 second that any human being has sat down... Wait. Could this be it?
Fancy envelope.
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. I was the one who came to you and your colleague's aid when you ran into trouble in the Great Reds. I don't know how well you remember it now, but I brought you to safety and gave you some water and other supplies. In my tribe, learning a person's true name is serious business. And I therefore see you all as friends. The Shimti tribe lives a harsh, nomadic existence in the desert. You were sympathetic towards my plight. This brings me to my reason for writing. Our tribe has fallen on particularly hard times, and I would like to ask for your assistance. There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked up the well in our land. To ensure the Eob and Unut are descended from the Thamudians. While we trace our ancestry to Tulatula, we worship the Lord of Flowers and have had relatively good relations with our fellow tribes. I found a well belonging to the Eob tribe. They declined to help us, but I really had no other option. So I took some water to keep me and... When we met, you assured me that you would be my ally in the academia. I would like to take you up on that offer, because I really need your help. I wonder if you could set that aside. The last time you were here, you mentioned that the academia had started accepting students from the desert, and I told you a little about my daughter. We have next to no resources here in the desert, and my power and influence are limited. Would you consider enrolling my daughter at the academia?
From the outset, the academia never took you seriously. Those things they promised were just empty words. I doubt they even remembered, and you were so emphatic that your luck had finally changed for the better. You swore you'd lead us to a better place one day. You spoke with such conviction, like you liar. You lied about everything. You promised the world and delivered on none of it. And who fell for it? Just me, by the looks of it. Despite your best efforts. Which makes you a pathetic liar. You weren't even any good at it. I think I'll take over from here. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, she has a cat. What the? Before doing this next part, I think, full or not, I need to see a bit. I will tell you after I take a break, okay? Because my ass hurts. Cannot sit down anymore. I'll be back in like 15 minutes. Till then you grind for Primos, I'll tell you whether to pull or not, okay? But I'll be back though. Hold on.
Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow. Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool. Emotions are like a raging torrent that surges through the mind. More often than not, if you try to hold them back, you'll be swept away by their unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely, you'll end up tearing yourself to pieces. Why does Ashru sit up on the counter? To welcome our clients, of course. A kitty's gotta earn his kibble somehow.
Hello.
I just came to say goodbye. Thanks for everything you've done for me in my time here.
Nefer? You packed your bags. Where?
I'm quitting. Something's come up in my home.
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity for you. You know that better than I do.
It was. But it doesn't matter. I have more important things to deal with, and they can't wait. Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left some incense on your desk. What's wrong? I thought you liked incense. Although, I did read somewhere in the House of Dana that it has hallucinogenic effects. Don't use it all at once, alright?
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown? You're just letting me have it? But you said it's a rare and valuable commodity.
Yeah, about that. I lied. It's not rare at all. There's this bunch of ruins near my hometown that are practically overgrown with this plant. It's not worth much. Keep it, it's fine.
But Nefer...
Alright, that's all from me. You take care.
Don't forget me, okay? I mean, we're more than just classmates, right?
Yeah, I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune, and it's a rare find even in those ruins. And as for remembering her, I have far too much to do when I get back. No time. I'll be lucky if I even make it through this alive. But either...
By the way, I watched some vids about Nepal. I would say she's easy to play. Whether to pull her or not, it depends on you. If you like her, pull. If you don't, then don't. But yeah, she's really easy to build and easy to play, I would say.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador, I assume there's a big business deal to be made.
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. Not all special ambassadors share the ever-shifting balance of power in the desert reduced the once great civilizations of this region to rubble and sand. But the story of the Ehab has a very different trajectory. Others grew weak, but you grew strong. Beginning...
So...
This well is...
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you didn't come all this way.
Of course not. I came to bring you some very good news. Some information that recently came to light. Records uncovered by the Vahumana Dar. I checked the map carefully on my way over here.
50 million? No, wait. If these ruins are as important as you say...
Don't get greedy. We know far more than you think. We know that you seized this well by force. Wasn't that the first step in your rise to power? To drive away the Unut and steal their water supply?
So what if it was?
Don't worry. As unscrupulous
No,
as
her
it was,
personal
it's
DPS will
something we're
not
willing to
drop.
overlook. The
Her
Academia is
personal
only interested
DPS
in dealing
depends
with the
on
de facto power holders in the region.
the number of not crack characters you have. And since you have I Know and Inefa, you can use both of them in her team. They already have a team.
I hope I am making myself clear.
And I hope your words are the truth. If I find out the Academia is trying to play me, I'll hunt down every one of your people and make you watch as I cut their heads off one by one.
I assure you, Chief, that would not be in your long-term interests. You don't want to make an enemy. You see how I'm dressed, don't you? I appreciate that you've never been to the rainforest, but surely even you recognize and what does a barbarian like you have to lose anyway? You really think the Sumeru Academia would bother to come all this way just to lie to you? We have more important things to worry about.
All right, I take your point. The Academia is the highest authority in the land. I'm sure you're trustworthy people. In that case, we have a deal. We will sell you the excavation rights. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador. This is good news indeed. Excellent news. In fact, it calls for a celebration. Would you do us the honor of staying a while and enjoying some Eob hospitality?
Gladly. I am partial to wine myself, and I trust you are as well. So let's indulge in a few drinks together, in celebration of this momentous occasion.
I feel like I disturbed you by waking you up. I woke up by myself.
Chief! Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've...
What? Well, don't just stand there. Take it back.
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the Eob's military superior.
What is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly fast. The day after we reach a deal, they seize the well. This can't be a coincidence.
I don't...
I am obliged to remind you, Chief, that the Academia will only deal with the de facto power holders. If you cannot regain control over the well, I'm afraid you won't see a single Mora of that—
No! Please, Ambassador, just give me some time. I swear the Unut will not get away with this. That well is ours. And so—
Glad to hear it. I will wait here for an update.
If there is a traitor, I will find them. In the meantime, make yourself at home.
Wow. All it took was a few words and I've got it.
So, in summary, Ambassador, the
Eob are ruthless murderers who don't listen to reason. So let me ask you,
kill them all.
Precisely. At the same time,
we have our own rule.
Right. We can't natural out. Weren't the Eob? Let me be clear.
I'm not interested in your story, bitch. I want to know what happened to Nordcraft. Why is her story showing up? Yeah, okay, I get it. She's an important factor. But I do not care.
Look at yourselves. The monsters who destroyed my home, they're just ordinary... Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. Oh, Sinuhe, my gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, but you couldn't do...
Nefer, it's okay. All of this isn't...
I believe I remember you promising to...
Yeah, but...
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Alright, time for a sharp turn. So, anyway, that's enough of that. Feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired.
Yes, if we can find...
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead. Yes.
Really? A temple? I guess that's how things go in the desert.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone says. I never wanted to believe.
You mentioned a temple.
My biggest trade
Ah. Then I'm guessing it's where you got your power from. The power to peer into other people's minds.
I didn't know you were clued up on any other religions.
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru, but since you come from the desert, I would imagine it has something to do with King Deshret.
Sounds impressive.
I really need to save them, stop the lag and... Yeah, you're right.
I know what you mean.
For the first time I'm agreeing with someone. I would say you're right.
That's
and I might do it.
She knows everything.
But let me just finish this story.
What about him?
Well,
either way, this is a boring story. And I don't want to play it. So I might as well just finish this part of the story.
It's been a lot to...
So I get more bored from this story, and then I leave, like, code or something. Because I don't give a fuck about Nefer, literally. When the art came out, I was like, oh, she looks so good. Her personality, I hate her personality. And I don't know, something about her design. It just feels like he's dead. Like something about her eyes, it's like not real. I don't know, maybe it's the green. After a while you reach a temple. I see. But yeah, as for you, I guess you can pull for her. Because you already have almost her team, like almost. So yeah. Building her would be easier, but you still need these artifacts though. And I'm pretty sure you're still farming for new billet, no? After a while you reach a temple and from there... When do I leave this place? Because I need to spend my resin. Do we get to leave this place or we don't? Wait, this is the... Yeah, we get to leave this place.
Uh-oh. 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 I'm totally out of my depth here. I don't have anything to add about any of this stuff. I want to do the whole name-dropping, this girl knows her stuff thing too, but I've never seen anything like it before.
A statue with the head of a bird.
That's Thoth, the Ibis King. One of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. The legends say that he, the Crocodile King, and the Goat King were the 3 retainers of King Deshret. Let's take a look.
Ibiski. Okay, finally a good cutscene. I don't mind cutscenes at all. Quite love them. Is that the fucking cat? That's probably someone else.
So, all is well?
Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear.
You're sure?
Of course. It's almost over.
There it is. Rarian.
Hold on!
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
Who was that?
How repulsive.
Wait, don't. Oh, it's Columbina. I thought it was right up on me. Little jiggle physics in the end, but damn, that was something. So this whole time, Rary knew that someone was speaking in his memory.
Timed that pretty well, didn't I? It's okay. I'm just glad no one was hurt.
Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainsleif. Were you helping get them out?
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your safety.
Good to know your sense of justice is still intact after all these years.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as a great relief.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to trap Rerir inside the chess set.
Whoa, really? How'd you manage that?
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple. By using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past, well, the monster formerly known as Rerir, it seems I alerted him. I was tracking him, then he caught on and started tracking me too. Can't say I'm surprised.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone? That shouldn't be...
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at finding...
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we weren't able to leave at first.
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item. Would I be right in thinking you have some connection to King Deshret?
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Iab massacred my tribe, the Shimti, in our home village. A few years later, I enrolled in the academia, where the Unut and the Iab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million mora. The Iab ultimately won that confrontation, but their victory came at the cost of almost every... The final blow to the Iab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. The remaining Iab fled and have been scattered to the winds ever since. Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. There it was, seemingly immune to the relentless hostility of the desert. While my tribal... As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, was home to the spirit of the Ibis King. He led me to a gate deep inside the temple, and there he made a deal with me. This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as the one in the mausoleum of King Deshret, and represents his power of piercing analysis. With this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude that the Ibis King simply wanted to give the people of this world the power to seek the truth, but I don't believe that's the full story. Every god plays favorites. Their hearts are as fickle as any human's, full of secrets, perversions, egotistical tendencies. But precious few gods are willing to admit this.
It is the same with all powerful forces, including fate itself. Their gaze falls preferentially upon a select few.
The gaze of that plan.
As you rightly point out, this is an act of
The
favoritism.
gaze of the gods.
If you're alluding to the abyss, then yes, I agree. Gather the others. It's time to share everything I've...
Let's go! So this is a god.
Thank you all for being here. As promised, I did some further investigating into the Raker of Solnari's background. I am pleased to report that the investigation has been most fruitful indeed. The Raker of Solnari, real name Rerir, was once a Conrian subject who served the Vinster King. I will now share the important details of his story. Please save...
Yeah. I'm just reading these. The sound. The music is really low in this part. Like, even I don't hear it myself, that's why.
So that's why he's so obsessed with
Now
the
you
band.
should be able to hear it.
A tragic tale, to be sure. But
it does not excuse his many transgressions.
There was no sun.
No matter how much
I
Rere
don't know
suffered
why.
in the past, the fact remains that he is what we know today as the Wild Hunt, wreaking havoc upon innocent lives in Nodcry. He becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Teyvat suffers the consequences. This is a threat that the Knights of Favonius cannot ignore.
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen the spatial gateway that appeared in Rerere's memory?
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate, and this seems to fit the description.
Miss Lama, any thoughts on this?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many secrets. Some sources speak of ancient knowledge, others of a gateway to the unknown. The term Moon Gate is one I have heard before. But as is the case with all of our legends, there are no records of any first-hand witnesses. We cannot know whether it truly exists.
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself, do you have some idea of where the...
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering well. I can sense that the gate would open at my command,
But there's more to the power of the Frost Moon than that?
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. But as never mentioned, holding open a spatial gateway takes a huge amount, and right now, I need to conserve my energy to fight the Rayhir of Solnari. I'm afraid this is one mystery we may have to leave unsolved for now.
I agree. Better to save your strength. But if you'll humor me for a moment, I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rere made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that the Rayhir of Solnari exists in the form of countless fragments. With the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds. And yet, the Wild Hunt proliferates wherever his scattered fragments lie, drawing hordes of monsters to many different locations across the land.
So your theory is that Rere was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force? Hence, why the Wild Hunt is a distributed phenomenon, rather than a unified...
Makes sense to me. Explains why the Wild Hunt is so pervasive, and why he's been trying to piece himself back together. He was whole to begin with, and he wants to be whole again.
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But the Abyss, much like a curse...
I could not agree more. The power of the Abyss is most surely a...
It is a compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question is primitive or advanced, if a curse has extended its lifespan unnaturally, it will continue to survive in spite of everything. This raises some interesting questions. I will run some experiments, and see if there is any validity to my suspicions. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss Nefer for conducting such a thorough investigation. Already, it has greatly enriched my understanding of the entity we face.
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo. I too hope that the information I have shared today proves useful.
Hey! What is it, Dainsleif? You look really upset!
It's just... when I think of the man I once knew as Rere, I struggle to...
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but my heart goes out to you.
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are. The moon and stars are full of untold secrets and lies, and the skies are host to many more mysteries than these alone. Yet, none of that can begin to compare with the complexity of human life.
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time. Thank you, both.
Well, I think
We
this
can
is a
say
good
the
place to end
downfall of
today's meeting.
Kandria began
I'm
with that
sure
Winster
Nefer needs some
King.
time to recover.
And It grew
She's been through
more
an
when
awful
our
lot
sister
today.
arrived at
That's
Canvia, huh?
very thoughtful of you, Lama.
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and digest before we reconvene to nail down a plan. Hey, is this a bad time? Hope I didn't kill the conversation. No need. Anyway, Nefer went back to the curatorium to get some rest. But before she left, she shared some things with me that I thought you should be aware of. Firstly, although she managed to trap the Raker of Solnari inside her chess set, there's no guarantee that the power of the Ibis King is any match for one of the 5 sinners. Their powers are beyond our comprehension. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out. We have to come up with a plan and take care of him before that happens.
Honestly, Paimon figured that might be the case. So
Well, I asked her that same question. She talked for a long time, but for the most part, it seemed like she was trying to convince me how precious her chess set is, and what a long and storied history it has. It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over Mora against your will? Anyway, after all that, she finally answered the question. 2 days, at most.
2 days? Holy moly!
That remains to be seen. Which brings me to the second issue. Dainsleif is obviously conflicted about this whole thing. But given how little time we have, there's no way we can pull this off without his help. You have some history with him, right? Do you think maybe you could talk to him for us? Great. I appreciate it. All right, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I put our heads together and came up with a plan. Can't promise it's gonna work. We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first. We'll explore it further once everyone's recovered.
Oh, Paimon's dying to hear this.
All right, so...
It's a shocking plan, but nothing can face the greatest traveler and trustiest travel guide in that it doesn't take you long to get
We
in.
felt a little uneasy about roping you into this. I mean, firstly, you're not locals, and secondly, none of us are your boss. You're well within your rights to refuse if you so...
Roping us in? Why would you even say that? We know the stakes here. It's all of us against the Reher of Solnari, or none of us stand a chance.
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know. I like to think there's an art to striking a down-to-earth tone even when the stakes are through the roof.
Sir Varka, I have a few thoughts about this plan.
I'm all ears.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated. In my view, the most sensible lineup would be like this.
Be like what?
I see your point, yeah. But if that's how we're going to approach this, you'd better make sure you're ready. To be clear, I don't doubt your abilities. Far from it. I just want to make sure. Are you...
I want to do everything within my power. The Reher of Solnari is a truly fearsome opponent, and if I do my...
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her letters that you're so diligent it's almost abnormal. As in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations like this. But you seem to just march towards danger without a moment's hesitation. Of course, everyone appreciates a fearless pioneer. But all that aside, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, and you're our honorary knight. I want to make sure your courage doesn't come at the expense of your safety.
Thank you, Sir Varka.
I should be the one thanking you.
Make as
It
many
means a lot to
memes
have
as
you
you
on
need.
board.
I don't
I'll give
need
some serious
memes.
thought to your suggestions.
Also, shush, do not say anything else about the fight.
This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last question before we take—
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rerir and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. His conclusions are as follows. Firstly, from the... So it's unlikely he has any power in that domain. Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation, he'll choose to fight every time.
Hold up.
Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred, both for the moon and for his enemies. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission. He'll be baying for blood, not looking to escape.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem like valid observations.
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full detail. Albedo and Durin are carrying out their part as we speak.
Plan approved. Okay, any firepower you need, I got you covered. Let's light this baby up.
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you as well.
And the rest of you?
Ready.
No objections? All right. Then it's settled. This is the plan we're going with. Next up, an old tradition of mine. Anyone who wants to back out, now's your chance.
Wait, we can still back out of this?
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because their mouth said yes before their brain had time to think things through.
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of Favonius.
Heh. Who'd you hear it from? D-Luke?
We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
This plan can only work if everyone does their part. Flint's and I will absolutely—
We shall indeed. You'll be glad— Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Sangamabe. So, the longer your name, the higher your net worth. Is that the idea here? In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine.
Be real to the mirror
Here
bitch,
as a favor
please.
for someone else. Do you have any idea how much it would cost to hire me otherwise? Oh, does this mean someone out there actually has the power to boss Dory around? It most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours.
Oh.
Supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business in Notcry is gonna go down the drain.
Okay. So what exactly is so special about this pendant?
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. We have a business relationship, and she was worried that something bad might happen to me. So, she wanted me to have something that can store power to protect myself with. I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all up at once! Never lost so big in my life!
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to drain all the Kuvaki in the pendant, but I'll make it up to you.
You will? Well, in that case, how about you give me your chess set? And we call it even.
I knew you'd say that. Well, it's yours if you want it. In fact, take it now, and I'll even throw in a free Raker of Solnari. Deal?
You're putting me in a difficult position here.
It's a very useful thing to have around, but I have a funny feeling it won't be around much longer.
Looks like bankruptcy.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might find a new business opportunity on the other side.
Imagine Dory just selling pieces of Rare. That would be crazy. Please, sir. Please let me make some resin.
Rev the engines!
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
How do we make food in this fuck-ass place?
Hey, now full throttle! Try and stop me!
Works. Okay. And we have more butter.
Rev the engines!
Dory! How are things going? Feeling ready? Oh, I was born ready. We only have 2 days. You think lords don't forget. Ta-da! See? It's right here. Ah, it's so pretty. Did you make it? No, I have a supplier. We go way back. Aha! No wonder you were talking about Lucky Charms at the meeting. You've been getting Kave to make them for you. That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a project between me and the Dendro Archon. Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever. There may come a day whenever I pass this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team made up of Sumeru's top scholars to invent a technology that could keep people safe. I won't go into the details because it's all very complicated, but if you want to know more, you can ask the Dendro Archon about it sometime. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kave to build this little contraption. As one of the top Kashara War talents, he was the obvious choice. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen designs before producing a final product. But that's Kaveh for you. Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kaveh. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? And what's your proposed use case? Has it been approved by the relevant authorities? So nosy. My fault for sending him the research permit to begin with.
Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business.
Could be, could be. Anyway, I just replied, let's hope there never has to be a use case.
Fair enough. But it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible as the one who made it.
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His housemate doesn't seem to really care that much about this kind of stuff. Either way, all's well that ends well. I'm just glad to finally have my hands on the product. I wouldn't want to be without it, given the potential dangers that lie ahead. Huh? What does that look mean?
Paimon's just super surprised.
Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised that I was gonna live every day of my life with a big beaming smile. Obviously, Mora plays a big part in that. There are always gonna be times in life when you have to give something back. That could mean paying back a debt. Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. And more than that, no one... Oh, that? I was just making sure Nefer and I are square. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so don't trick. My priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my conscience lets me, but it usually does. That's the Lord's song.
Alright, if you...
I do say so, and that's the whole point. Oh, and could you two help me get this stuff where it needs to be? Thanks, so...
Oh, damn, that's a new UI. Hold up. Damn, that's a new thing. But anyways though, before continuing, I think this is where I pause for now and go and get some more sleep. I'll play, I guess, later today, yeah, around evening. So I guess this is goodbye for now. I really want to play, but again, I cannot keep my eyes open. So that's it for this stream then. I'll see you in the next stream. See you, Rain. See you, anybody who's watching. Bye bye.